Attention please, with Mr. Lee Goddard, please report to the main reception. We have your wallet.
Talk to you guys. This is going to be a spicy video, a little bit controversial. I know a lot of people are going to get pissed off. I don't care. I'm going to give you my objective opinion. You guys can kind of do whatever you want with it. But I want to talk about the final. I want to talk about the tournament. I want to talk about Argentina, and I want to talk about Messi. And I know it's going to inflame a few people. Okay, look, the celebrations here yesterday were just absolutely incredible. Yesterday, the players were received on a bus. They came in. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I mean, we're not talking hundreds of thousands of people. We're talking millions. I mean, the bus came in from Moncloa, which is kind of like at the edge of the city in the southwest, and went down Princesa all the way down to Cibeles. Every single sidewalk, like every inch of every sidewalk was just wall-to-wall people. The most incredible thing I've ever seen. It was just amazing. And the celebrations the night of the victory were really amazing. It was such an air of just like love. Everybody just total strangers hugging each other, total strangers dancing together, high-fiving each other, people of all ages. It was just incredible. It was just like love everywhere. And there was no like riots or looting, any of that crazy crap. It was just like happiness and love everywhere. And it went on for hours and hours into the morning. So it was just so cool. I know that even the title of this thumbnail is going to provoke a lot of RG. So let me take care of the Argentinians first, and then we'll continue discussing. A ver, argentinos, os hemos dado un puto baño futbolístico, pero de mil pares de cojones. Os hemos dado una paliza futbolística. O sea, por favor, esa arrogancia y esa prepotencia falsa que tenéis, porque es para tapar complejos, porque sois unos putos acomplejados. Eso no lo volvéis a repetir. No sois nadie, ¿vale? No sois nadie, ¿eh? O sea que nada, a callar y a mamar, que es lo que toca ahora. Interested in playing football, and that was Spain. Okay, Argentina were there to kick and slap and elbow and to pull shirts and to provoke and do all the dirty shit that they love to do, because in terms of football, they had absolutely nothing to offer. They had nothing to offer. I mean, we've all seen the stats. You know, Spain, like 20 shots on goal. Argentina did not have a shot on goal in the 90 regular minutes. Like, how is that even possible? I mean, how do you play 90 minutes of football and not have a shot on goal? It's just total negativity. I thought the refs in this match were disgraceful. And this is what we've been seeing all tournament, you know, trying to save Argentina one way or another. Disgraceful. Spain had to score 3 goals to get 1 to count. Okay, reminds me of La Liga and Real Madrid. Like, we have to score a ton of goals for 1 of them to count. This was disgraceful. I did not see an offsides, and that offsides play I do not trust. Those little dolls that the VAR booth was sending us, I don't believe them. I watched that goal, and in real time, he was in line. That was not offsides. And then the Nico Williams goal. Could someone explain to me what foul was committed in the Nico Williams goal? This is disgraceful. But an Argentinian player just decides to jump and scream, and you call a foul because the refs are monkey trained to give Argentina everything they want. This was just... in terms of behavior, we have to talk about this. I think Enzo Fernandez is a pig, okay? Eres un hijo de puta, y aquí a Madrid no vienes, cabrón, en tu puta vida. I don't want that asshole at my Real Madrid or at my Bernabeu. I don't want him here, so fuck off, stay in Chelsea, wherever you want to go, but you're not coming here, okay? I think he's a pig. The behavior of the Argentinian players was disgusting. So they basically, you know, they slap Rodri in the stomach, and then a scuffle ensues, and these guys start like choking people and throwing people to the ground and slapping and throwing punches. These people have no class, no manners, no decency, no sportsmanship. It's just 100% trash. These people are trash. And by the way, even one of the staff, even one of the Argentinian staff, like who are there, they're supposed to be calming the players down. Like, you're supposed to be the adult in the room. Well, no, one of the staff punched Dani Olmo. I mean, this is how the scum just goes from top to bottom with these people. And by the way, where was Messi in all of this? Okay, you're Messi, your greatest ever bullshit. Where was your little special boy? Well, he was sitting there on his ass, watching his players act like assholes, and he's the captain. He should have stood up and done something about it. Did he? No. He was sitting on his ass on the pitch. I'm really sorry. And by the way, Messi trying to get Cucurella sent off, what the hell was that about? Cucurella was talking to him, went like this to touch his lip, didn't say anything. 1 second, and Messi goes running to the ref like a little rat, like the little rat, you know, the school kid in class, you want to punch his face, the one that tells on everybody, that little rat. Well, that was Messi running to the, hey, ref, he put his finger on his mouth. It's just pathetic. I'm really sorry. And then what do the Argentinians do when Spain lifts the trophy? You know, Spain made a corridor for the Argentinians. Despite the scuffle and the disgusting behavior, Spain made a corridor for the Argentinian players when they picked up their silver medal. What do the Argentinians do when Spain lifts the cup? They go to the other side of the pitch and they give their backs to Spain. You are a bunch of, you're not, look, you don't know how to win and you don't know how to lose. You don't know how to do anything. You're just a bunch of fucking scumbags. It's ridiculous. You have nobody has shown us once again that it is a corrupt, disgusting organization that should be dismantled. Everything about FIFA is criminal. Infantino should go to jail. Okay, this guy needs to end up behind bars. This tournament was designed for Argentina to win blatantly, and so many teams along the way suffered because of this fucking agenda, and I don't know what it's about, some blood pact or money exchanging hands, but everybody's side, everybody's disgusted, and everybody hates FIFA, and that's why everybody was backing Spain, like billions of people around the world. But it's not just this World Cup. 2022 was a scam of similar proportions, and if you don't believe me, watch the Argentina-Holland match again. Watch that again, the quarterfinal, because I did, and the final. Every single call in that entire tournament was designed for Messi to win his damn little trophy. It's disgusting. FIFA should be dismantled. It only takes about 3 or 4 big teams to walk away and boycott FIFA, and FIFA's done. Okay, can you imagine a World Cup without like Brazil, Germany, France, and Spain? Like, that's it. There's no World Cup. So it only takes 3 or 4 people to boycott FIFA, and we can start over because this organization. So I'm really sorry, but the Argentinian, the 3 stars that you have on your shirt, they smell of shit to me. Okay, so I'm really sorry. That's just my view. Okay, well, let's talk about Messi, and this is where people are going to freak out. Now, let me just say that I think Messi is one of the greatest players we've ever seen. I've had the enormous privilege of watching him play here in the Bernabeu on more than one occasion. What an incredible player, and we've all enjoyed, his play for years. So let me just say he's one of the greatest players I think I've ever seen. And like I say, I'm privileged to have seen him play, But I have never seen a propaganda machine around any player like this in my life. The propaganda machine, this is the constant repetition of this greatest GOAT, greatest, by journalists that know nothing about football, who obviously haven't looked into anything. They just repeat the same line that they've kind of been monkey trained to say. Look, constantly injected it into the press, and the press adopted it. And I'm really sorry. Okay, this is a guy, in those videos I mentioned, he got his ass kicked in the Champions League 8 years in a row. Like, he didn't not win the Champions League for 8 years. He didn't just lose. He got his ass handed to him 8 years in a row. And then he has 4 Champions League, right? Okay, well, the first one, he barely played past the group stage because he was injured. But if you want to give him that one, that's fine. But in 2009, I have a real issue. I have a real problem, because that was the year of the greatest football scandal we've ever seen since, well, now the Egypt thing in the World Cup. The robbery at Stamford Bridge was one of the most infamous incidents in the history of football. This match at Stamford Bridge, a semifinal, I believe, there were 6 penalties in this match that Chelsea should have had in their favor, and none of them were called. 3 of them were outrageous. And the last one was so insulting. It was the Piqué handball that Ballack and Didier Drogba had to run across the pitch to try to kill the ref, because nobody could believe what we were seeing. But of course, we know why this happened. That was the year that Barça was branding UNICEF on their shirt. And the referee, the chairman of the referee committee of UEFA, was also a director of UNICEF. Okay, this is a fact. Okay, Barça had to be in that final because UNICEF had to be shown in that final.
Calificadores y racistas comentarios para la presidente Bachelet y el pueblo chileno de parte de un relator de fútbol en la final de la Copa América.
¡Sobre la pulga! ¡Lo ganamos en la última! ¡Me muero! ¡No para Pocho! ¡Lo ganamos en la Copa! ¡El Pocho! ¡No! ¡No! ¡Bajo del arco! ¡Me quiero morir! ¡Lo erró el Pipa! ¡Lo erró el Pipa! ¡La última del partido! ¡Salíamos campeones! ¡Me quiero morir, Pipa! ¡Me quiero morir, Pipa! ¡Éramos campeones, la puta madre que nos parió! ¡Que erró Higuaín! ¡Lo que acaba de errar Higuaín! ¡Me quiero morir! El Pocho lo encontró a Pipa y se encontró con el palo, la puta que me parió. Vamos, Romerito. Alexis la pinchó. Se desvirgan los traidores hijos de puta. Una copa que compraron desde el minuto 1, en donde pusieron plata para pasar todas las fases. Celebra el pueblo traidor. Roldán estará contento de llevarse los bolsillos llenos de dólares. La mujer no. La presidenta de Chile, porque el adjetivo mujer le queda grande. Porque con esto de la liberación femenina y de la lucha de las mujeres por la igualdad, lo que hizo esta señora, sobornando
a cuanto árbitro y a cuanto pudiera, no representa el género femenino. No merece ser llamada mujer, de verdad. Esta persona no merece ser llamada mujer. Merece ser llamada tránfuga. Tengan cuidado, no vaya a ser cosa que otra tragedia natural le siga robando tierra. Tanto mal hacen y demás, que por algo le pasan las cosas a ustedes. No merecen festejar, porque está sucia esta copa. Algunos mirá, en el 78 el partido con Perú. Está bien, tenés razón, el partido con Perú. Entró Videla, amenazó a todos los perucas, le dijo, o pierden o son boletas. Sí, es verdad, tienen razón, pero la final con Holanda la ganamos en buena ley. Acá está la final.
Las cosas se le están complicando mucho a los argentinos que viven fuera de Argentina. Y es que honestamente muchos argentinos están esforzándose en ser lo más idiota posibles que pueden y están poniendo realmente en riesgo sus propios ingresos, estilo de vida, sus visas de trabajo y demás. Empezando por los jugadores argentinos profesionales que juegan en España e Inglaterra. Porque ahorita en ese momento hay una intención, una presión para revocar las visas de trabajo a todos los jugadores de la selección argentina que juegan en Europa. Para que los argentinos liderados por Messi se lanzan con todo con nuestro país. Y es que preparan ya sendas demandas legales contra más o menos 15,000 cuentas de redes, en gran mayoría miles de mexicanas, por difamación, por calumnia, porque según esto, escuchen ustedes, nos están pagando los rusos para difamar a los argentinos y crear una campaña anti-argentina internacional.
Chile siempre tuvo la percepción que después de Malvinas venía la ocupación de Chile.
El papel de Chile fue malo, el régimen de Pinochet ayudó a los británicos. Chile era para el régimen militar un chivo expiatorio de las cosas que iban mal y ellos creían que venía una guerra contra Chile después de Malvinas.
En la Junta Militar se hablaba del caso Malvinas, Bigle, como una cosa común, y porque no hay que olvidarse que en la Plaza de Mayo, el 2 de abril a la mañana, la gente gritaba no solamente contra Margaret Thatcher ni la reina Isabel, sino también decía el próximo es Pinochet.
Llegamos a otra final y lo festejamos con un burrito asado. Y lo mejor que somos, europeos bellos.